You always use that active red light defending. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. First things first, good evening to those of you in the UK. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, in some cases even good night. Better than that, I hope you're all doing well and safe. I hope you're all in good spirits. My hoodie is trying to strangle me and kill me. Nonetheless, apart from that, I'm in good spirits. One love to you lot. With it being Thursday, I hope you're all moving aggressively to your goals, hopes, dreams and aspirations, and just bettering your life in whatever capacity that you can. God loves a try. All you can do in this life is try. Hope you've all got physical health, spiritual health, mental health, all of those sort of things, people. Keep going. I definitely believe in you lot. Hope you've all had a good day. Hope you've all enjoyed the DG content. You know, shout out Rants. I was on Rance's show, with the exception of that, or the show that me and Matisse do with Rants. And to be fair, I'm happy Matisse weren't there, considering we lost to Chelsea. Obviously, I did my show with Art de Roche. You know, please make sure you're taking in his stuff. And yeah, we just done the live draw for the Champions League, which we're not in, or I am. We can't, but it is what it is. But yeah, on that note, let's see what you lot are saying, man. Let's see what you lot are saying before we get in. I know you're all excited, man. Qatar money, Arab money, buying Arsenal, being serious. We'll see. We'll get into it. Please let me know your opinions and the rest of it. We're gonna get into it. But let me take in what people are saying. Bro, I don't care. We need the oil money. Imagine if they have the same mentality as Manchester City's owners. Show some love to DG by hitting the like button. He works all day to give us top free content. Obviously, love for that, my guy. Make sure you're subscribing on Twitch as well. And obviously, good news for the Twitch fans, or better yet, the subs. I finally spoke to Twitch, and finally we got to the bottom of why some of you are subscribing and there's still ads. We got to the bottom of that, so there shouldn't be any issues in that. And for some of you that also say, oh, why can't you see my stuff on a replay? You should, whether you're subscribed, following, or whatever, you should be able to see my Twitch content now. So yeah, someone go and confirm that. But yeah, man. I wish those Qatarians are real and serious, men, not like that Swedish dreamer Daniel Ek. We don't know if Daniel Ek was serious or not, to be fair with you. I'm never getting my hopes up for a takeover again, but if they are as serious as Ek, it will happen 100% if they've got the money. True. Another DG vid, another relaxing hour. One love for that. Shout out, Daniel. Appreciate you lot. Make sure you're hitting the like button, 100 likes target, and sub to my Twitch. The guys are a workaholic. Countdown, Tino, that's been there for a minute. To be fair, I need to find a 10-minute countdown, really. Fam, if we get Qatari money, I'm gonna be so shameless. Same, you know, same, and more same. If I'm completely honest with you, that is all I want now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if I sit here, obviously we weren't, you know, there was a time Arsenal, we were snooty over this, not the region of where the money comes from, but the sugar daddy club thing. We wanted to do it our way, self-sufficient FFP, and I do think we could have done it our way, or had a better push and had success doing it our way. But at best, we're fighting a losing battle, because end of the day, there's money. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying adapt to survive. We're in a gunfight. We're waving around a knife. We need to adapt. You know, I was saying we shouldn't do the sugar daddy thing, but now I want it. You know, I see no reason why we can't have a serious owner and we can't still have our principles as a footballing club and have the values and play attractive football and blood the young players through. You know, obviously, if I look at it, you know, you look at Man City to get to this point, they had to spend a lot of money and get it wrong, and they went through a couple of managers like, you know, Mancini and Pellegrini. They're never going to really get their credit in comparison to Pep Guardiola, but they did a lot for that club for it to be in foundations. And obviously they had a long way. Remember, they bought Robinho and Alano. They didn't just get to where they are overnight, so they'll be that, but at least that was ambition to go the mile. We don't have ambition. We're told we've got ambition. We don't have it. It doesn't come from the owner. We don't hear it. I've never heard this owner say, I want to win. In fact, I swear we've heard him say winning trophies isn't important once upon a time. So I want the Qatari money purely because, you know, I think they'll have that positive chip on their shoulder and the ego boost, and that, yo, I'm spending my money on this team. I want to have my own Premier League team that's in the Champions League, that's potentially fighting for the league and Champions League, that's serious, that's envied among other people, like you saw with Roman Abramovich, what he's done for Chelsea, like you see with Manchester City. It's foreign and it don't really count, but like you see with PSG and other examples, you know, I'm sure Leicester haven't had the same owners in my 27 years, 26, better yet, 27 next year. But a new owners has ambition, and you know, Wolves, when they got their people, they got ambition and things like that. And I think when you've got an owner who cares, everything falls into place. Chelsea have a fantastic youth system that is bringing people through. You know, they are losing a lot of players, but they're making money. Look, with Livramento, the other Don who went Southampton, a couple of them, that's happened in it. But they're making money that can be reinvested. They've got an academy that's the envy of the world. They've got a loan club in Vitesse where they can get around work permits. So if Edu, which he's not, if he was able to source some hot shot South American talents that might not get a work permit, we can house them there. Also, when you look at someone like Mason Mount, nobody really, when they speak about his loan spell, a lot of people look at the Derby example, which is true and it's facts. But at the same time, he went to Vitesse on loan. So we've also got that. Also, when you look at Chelsea again, they have better players. So it's easy to sell good players and harder to sell players that are shit, pardon my language. But in a COVID market, they have still made mad guap. You know, Tammy, they've chose to sell him and Tomori generally in the last year. They've made money. They've made money off people that ain't made, you know, they got 5 million off Livramento. He had, you know, he's going to be worth more. He's clearly a bad boy footballer. But considering the man didn't want to sign a new deal and wanted to keep it moving, they got 5 or so million, a buyback clause and a sell-on clause for someone that's never kicked a ball for their first team. That's a success in isolation in terms of the academy. That's what it's meant to do. So for me, fundamentally, the ambition in all aspects of the club, you know, I bet, well, Arsenal, to be fair, the one people that do their job is the Arsenal pitch people, but Chelsea probably even down to the people who cut the grass. They're the best. When Roman wants to be serious, everyone around them, Marina has to be serious, Tuchel has to be serious. So for me, just the culture, yeah, it won't be 100% ethical. Yeah, there'll be some rumblings, but you can't have your cake and eat it. You know, I didn't really want it to get like here and become the spending thing, but it's that in it. It's adapt or survive. We've got to do it. And you know, there is a misconception. As much as we think we're holier than thou, Arsenal do some immoral things, like you saw with trying to go to the Super League. We have spent a lot of money, whether we spent it right or not it isn't the same. Obviously, what we can spend is pennies. Yeah, we spent 100 odd million, but we've stretched it out. We can definitely not get Cristiano Ronaldo on them wages. And also we can't afford to spend 100 million on Jack Grealish, you know, which is a cherry on the cake and stuff like that, and a luxury signing as great as he is. So it's not fair, but we're working with peanuts. And I just feel an owner who wants to win, it trickles down. So I'm all for it. Whether they really want to buy the club is another thing. You know, we've been here with Daniel Ek, and I say, Arsenal fans, be careful with the dreaming stuff. You know, our ambition is killed. We're not allowed to dream. So I get it when it's wrong, but when fans put too much expectation on young players because they're the only ones that give them hope. When you hear a man that allegedly wants to buy our club, it gives you hope. Whether it happens is another thing. And also make sure you're hitting the like button. Crucially, they have to be able to offer something that Kroenke can't refuse. And what I mean by that is, you know, he doesn't want to sell the club for a variety of reasons. The man doesn't want to sell Arsenal Football Club. He has no interest in selling Arsenal Football Club. So you need to make him an offer that's more than what the club is potentially worth. An offer that the man can't potentially refuse. And then yeah, it is what it is. And obviously when we look at Daniel Ek, he's a billionaire, so I can't say his money's not long, but you know, his billions only go so far. You heard a consortium. We don't really know who his members of the consortium would be. It's nothing for the Qatari royal family. This is something for them. I hope they do it because I'm sure there's diplomatic benefits, because it might be football, but you're investing in England. You know, you're investing in a football club in England, which generates money somewhere along the line. Arsenal I know Kroenke makes a lot of money. He needs to answer to HMRC. I know them big organizations there, Google, Amazon, these footballing clubs, they probably decide their own tax rates. And half of the people in all these organizations, from the taxmen to the clubs, all their kids go to school together. They're all in it together. But there's also, I guess, some diplomatic things. And obviously, you know, he's got family members that got PSG and all of these things. Why not? And just the simple fact is, Arsenal is a football club. We deserve to dream. We'd be a problem if we had an owner who cared and things were put into place. It's only dreaming and ifs, and I've said ifs and buts. We'd be a problem. We're in London. We've got the history. You know, we'd have money. We just need a manager who's 30, a technical director who's serious, proper scouting. Then, you know, obviously there'll be a lot of teething point problems. And on that, I hope the owner, whoever, if he was to buy it, would quantify that. Realistically, we'd have to do the City thing. Probably we're already mismanaging finances, but we'd have to probably go through a lot of squads and a couple of managers before it gets there. Obviously, money is money, in it. It doesn't matter how rich you are. No one wants to overpay for anything, and everyone loves a bargain. Kroenke has shown, you know, from a business point of view, forget football. From a business point of view, you can't not rate what Kroenke is doing. From a footballing and ethic point of view, I hate the man. Of course, he has shown he's not selling this club. Usmanov tried the thing. You know, Daniel Ek bidded and it got turfed. They want to be here for the long term. So an offer needs to be placed at these lots' feet that makes them say, forget being here long term. Let's go buy another club. Let's go invest in another sport. Let's just kiss this goodbye. And that has to probably be more than Arsenal's worth. So like I said, you're going to probably have to revamp a lot of things and stuff within the club. You're going to have to significantly spend on outlays of transfers. You're going to probably have to pay more than the club is worth. You're going to have to bring in a big manager, in my opinion, or someone that's serious. You know, if we was to bring in Conte, that's 13, 14 million a year. So there's a lot of investment and you're not initially going to see the return. There will be teething problems. But can I say any teething problems could be worse than what we are now? You know, it might not be. So I'll leave you lot to draw them conclusions there, really, really and truly. Where is that? I had oh, there it is. It's up there. I need to scroll up for you guys. I got shagged. Sorry, folks. Where is it? But you get the point, man. Get your opinions in, obviously, as well, folks, in relation to that. And again, I don't know whether we're going to do this or not, people. But yeah, man, I mean, I would love it to happen. I really would. But like I said, there's teething problems. And like I said, Kroenke has shown these new money's king in it. Everything's got a price. Kroenke knows that. He's done it effectively and immorally. So if you offer him something, it's a thing. You know, the man clearly wants to pass down this club into his family. Why the hell would he be getting Josh involved? You know, the man put his own flesh and blood at the firing line when the Super League thing was happening. You know, again, Stan Kroenke might not even know of any of this interest. And allegedly, the Qatari and royal family have eyed up Arsenal for a while. There was, I don't know, a bit before my time, but certain people are saying these lot were trying to buy Arsenal when Kroenke came in. You know, David Dean and co convinced everyone, obviously, to go down the other thing. So I wonder what that would have said. Again, I don't know who this Donny is, you know, but I'll share my screen with you. I think it's, you know, personal account Qatari, so it's something to do with them. This is something Arsenal fans were tweeting and whatnot. I received a lot of questions about Arsenal yesterday, and some were upset because I did not answer them. In fact, I do not have any definitive information, but it is said that there is Qatari interest in buying the club during this year, but the process will not be easy. This and God knows. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. As we know, Kroenke is not an easy man to deal with, and obviously there'll be a degree of gamesmanship and all of these sort of things. But if there is interest, then there's intention. If there's intention, there's ambition. If there's ambition, anything in life can happen. I'm trying to scroll the way down. As you lot can see, it just seems to be Ronaldo. He hasn't followed up any tweets. But if we look at this, people, a tweet from Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad El Tahani. Forgive me for any mispronunciations. He's a member of the royal Qatari family. And, you know, Arsenal fans have taken 2 and 2 and gotten a million, to be fair with you. As you lot know, he's the former president of the Qatari side, El Arabi, and current member of the ruling royal family of Qatar. And he said, you know, obviously the tweet, if you've been missing for 24 hours or 48 for what it's caused, he said, I think it's time to sell. The situation is getting worse than bad. London Red. And obviously, apparently, Qatari newspaper has since reported that the Sports Investment Authority in Qatar is keen to add a Premier League team to their ranks. So why not? Obviously, we know when what's their team? Newcastle tried to get new owners. There was opposition. Now, hopefully, we could cheat. So there might be potential opposition with the league and spending and everything else. Obviously, City are able to spend 100 million on an odd player, and we're going to do the same for Harry Kane, you know, and whatnot. So there might be league issues with that, you know, the rest of time, 7 months. So we might see in 7 months. So like I said, like I kind of touched on without knowing this, obviously there's some diplomatic benefits. They want to add a Premier League team. Arsenal might be the one that's attractive for them because we are a sleeping giant. We was once a big club. We're steady going into the abyss, and it would be a lovely story to take us from zero to hero. It doesn't mean there's just Arsenal. Any teams that are stable, like, you know, Newcastle's got a religious fan base. They're a team that's always going to be linked. You know, West Ham, if someone could buy, I know West Ham are doing well, so no one's really highlighting the owners, but West Ham for years have questioned their owners. Someone might go for them. You know, we're not the only club. Any club that has a degree of stability is what's going to happen. But allegedly, you know, I've clicked on the article, as you can see. It seems that the Sports Investment Authority in Qatar is looking forward to a new investment in European clubs after a distinguished experience in the French Premier League. Again, Google Translate, Premier League. Apparently, Premier League from the Arsenal club gate. Speculation about the Qataris' tendency to invest in the Premier League comes after a tweet written by, obviously, Mr. El Thani, the former president of El Arabi club, who had previously dealt positively with the news of PSG in the previous period by announcing the contract with legend Lionel Messi. Before the initial announcement, he also tweeted through his account on Twitter in which he stated the next 7 months and attached the logo of Arsenal, of English club Arsenal, which appears close to being sold by its current owner, Englishman Stan Kroenke, who owns the exclusive property of the ancient club and is estimated at its value financing amounting to approximately 7.5 billion. I think that's a bit overstated. I don't know if that's in pounds, you know, but again, it might be. But at the same time, again, it will take a big investment, like I said. And you know, let's be real. It just because you've got money or we've now found money doesn't mean, you know, we're gonna get it right. There's been many times where there's been sugar daddies at clubs and it ain't worked out. So again, they'd have to be right. They'd have to do it. Obviously, there's an element of it's everything Wenger didn't stand for. There's an element of people who say, "Oh, are these guys are billionaires? Are they ethical?" Again, I do think, you know, I don't know if there's ethical billionaires, because some might say to get to amass that amount of money and be that ruthless in business, unless you've inherited it, been a son and inherited it and just fell into it, there's a degree of ruthlessness. You probably have to do some immoral things and stuff people won't agree with, tread on a couple of toes. And I think that could be said for any businessman, or they could be, you know, they're man are in the royal family in Qatar and that. So is what it is. Arsenal could be richer than Man City if the takeover goes. So again, you know, it'll probably meet league problems. Arsenal could be richer than Man City if Qatari takeover goes ahead. So again, we haven't seen, let's be real, when you look past the euphoria, you haven't heard, things could be happening in the background, but away from the excitement, we haven't heard anything about a bid being placed. We haven't heard anything about, you know, negotiations taking place. We've heard 7 months or whatever it was. We've seen cryptic tweets and we're getting excited. Why not? This doesn't even have as many legs to it as Daniel Ek at this moment in time, because you know, he hasn't really spoken in plain terms like Ek did. The one thing that gives me a bit more hope is that, you know, Ek, it had to be a consortium thing. We didn't really know who these consortium guys were. And plus, he probably has to, you know, there's a degree of it's not just my money. So when it's just your money, you can't just talk and make moves. You've got to okay it really and truly. No one likes other people's money being sanctioned and whatnot. With these guys, they could do it. And you know, there's many reasons. We're a sleeping giant. There's the London aspect. There's many business and diplomatic opportunities. I hope it happens, you know. But, you know, the Kroenkes have said they're here for the long term. Unless these lot put a proper offer on, it's going to be an issue. It's not going to happen overnight. If it was to happen, obviously, there'll be a degree of negotiation. And, you know, Kroenke is a notoriously difficult man to deal with. And maybe them tweets could have a knock-on effect. I don't know. But we all want it, people. We all want it. We all want it. You know, and should a takeover happen, it would send Arsenal to the top of the Premier League's rich list, people. That would make us the top of the power in Qatar. You know, and apparently the El Thani family is the top of the power in Qatar and believed to have around 7,000 to 8,000 members. Fair play. Bro, money. Yes. You know, the royal family are reportedly interested in buying a Premier League club and can certainly afford it with a wealth. And for me, I would do listen, we would obviously, the ambition would be right now to be a Champions League winner like Chelsea, or a holder at this moment like Chelsea, and a league winner like City. But for me, this would mean, you know, if we marry the right people, we could get proper scouts, proper coaching. To look at City. City are picking apart the best academy players at Cat 1, Cat A, you know, that are on their level, Cat A, Cat 1, whatever you want to refer to it as. They're picking apart the best Cat 3s. You know, they're doing what they can to raise funds abroad. They've got, you know, they own a lot of football clubs in different regions, helping the global footprint. There's a lot of things we could do. I do a lot of this in Football Manager as well, to be fair with you. It'd be lovely. Just if we, it doesn't mean just because we have rich owners, it doesn't mean we have to do the madman thing. We could do what we're trying to do, develop players, but just to know when we need a little centre mid or we need significant investment, things can be done. Or for me, when I look at these guys, there's pressure. Like, people could get sacked, people could, you know, get called if they're doing nonsense. And for me, they appear when you do your odd research that they actually like football. You never got that with Stan Kroenke. If you don't like the sport, you know, forget everything. Roman likes the sport. If you don't like the sport, I want you to be an elite businessman. I have to question not Kroenke's businessman in general, but in relation to football, because you're wasting your money. You know, you're earning a lot of money at the club, but you're spending hella money on transfer fees. You're not getting bang for your buck. Yeah, Arteta might be cheap in compared to other managers in the league, or you could get, but you know, you're still, that's 3 million wasted at this moment in time. Obviously, you've had to negotiate compensation packages for players that have ripped up deals. You know, Mislintat and Sanye have gone. There's probably bucks to do with that. Obviously, I know they don't care, but everyone likes, you know, in terms of vanity, you know, I'm sure you'd want to be mentioned among the elite. And obviously, if Arsenal was excelling more, just even though I do not want this, if Arsenal's excelling more, he could utilize us for his evil even more. So the man don't know what he's doing, really and truly. And obviously, my man is rich, innit? He's only 41, so he'd be here for the long term as well. This sees the royal family in Qatar would hold a weather. I don't know what they mean by weather. I assume wealth of 253 billion. Invest in DG as well. All I'm saying, come on, we can get some mad graphics and some madness as well. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, apart from just dreaming, it don't mean anything. Apparently, while the Qatari family also hold an interest in sport, the Qatar Sports Investment Consortium owns Messi's new club in PSG. Should this wealth be plunged into Arsenal, it would see them wipe the floor with current dogs Man City and whatnot. They're owned by the Abu Dhabi royal family and whatnot, folks. So yeah, maybe we'd be, you know, linked with Cristiano Ronaldo and all of those sort of footballers. But away from the dream people, it's going to take a lot in it, and it isn't something you're going to see happen overnight. Like my man said, 7 months or something. So hopefully, you know, what would that take us into? What, February or something like that? What, August? August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So around Jan, Feb. So ironically, we wouldn't have time in the transfer market, but fans could really dream. And at least, you know, for the season ticket holders, for the fans that, you know, in this country and abroad that pay hella money on sports packages and kits, and everyone that goes to games and all the expenses that goes with that, just forget money. Anyone who gives a crap about this football club and risk their job, you know, shout out to my 9-to-5ers. There's probably guys in the warehouse or the office, you know, they're putting up their little phone, watching the game on the slide, risking their jobs. And, you know, for that man who goes to work, handles his business, or woman that pays their bills, handles their business, deals with their kids, goes to work, hates their job, but from Monday to Friday, all they care about is going to the Emirates or traveling away. It would mean that their support, their efforts, their love for this thing is not in vain, just to know it matches this thing. That's all I would want. But away from dreaming, I can't, you know, there's not anything significant here. You know, there's no meetings being, unless it's happening in the background, can't see nothing of bids being placed, movements being made. At least when it was with Daniel Ek, you know, even Kroenke and that, they had to come out and say, yo, we're not buying this. So this is just rumors at this day and age. You know, Swedish billionaires, African billionaires, Middle Eastern billionaires. Who's next, people? You know, just need an English billionaire really to get involved. Every so often there's a new one. And at the same time, I don't know the Qatari dons from nowhere, but Dangote's got business interests all over the world and in Africa. To be cynical, was you just talking about Arsenal to get them interest in them things? Spotify shares gone up when the Swedish billionaire speaks about us. Not that my man needs to do anything around that, but is there something else to be gained with this? Is this just a hoax? 1 minute you hear there's legit interest, then you don't. So let's see how this one develops. But that's where I'm at with that, folks, people. And that's the first timestamp of today. What are you lot saying? Manager saying, inshallah. Facts. Oh, my DG is incapable of taking a break. Aye, man. I do, man. Full stream of the day. Hope you don't suffer from burnout soon, DG. Nah, man. I definitely rehabilitation and whatnot is calm, man. It's calm. Man said, wait, is that DG merch? Of course it is, man. Make sure you're checking out the links in the description and getting your DG merch, man. I know I make the hoodie look wavy. You can get a wavy hoodie. Looks come sold separately. One love to everyone who's been supporting the thing so far. Let me drop a link as well for you guys. What's you lot's opinions of this, people? Like I said, it's shameless. It's absolutely shameless because we hated this, but you've got, my key thing is adapt to survive. I don't care necessarily for the country. It's just spending it. You know, there's going to come a time where this spending thing is going to fall in football, but we're going to act like Arsenal isn't spending. Don't say Arsenal isn't spending because we're looking at City and the mad money they can spend. We are spending. We are the very thing we didn't want to be. Let's have it right. You know, end of the day, FFP didn't work. So we need to adapt. You know, it's adapt or survive. You have two chances. You either make sure you're utilizing the pennies that you have, which we don't, or you get some peas in. So I would love it to happen, man. I would love it to happen just so we could dream. But again, there's got to be some legs to this. There's got to be some legs to this. Currently, I can't. Use that on the green screen, our potential Alderman. Watch FFP suddenly attack Arsenal if we get these new owners. But realistically, I think they'll try everything to block this. I think they'll try it. They'll meet this with every level of opposition. But obviously, there's ways around things, man. This chump James for the Qatari and Donnies. DG, if this family takes over Arsenal, what issues do you think they should tackle first? First things first, it's got to be the mentality of the club. You know, it's got to be the mentality of the club. And I think they've got to really off the field first, you know, how from youth level, you know, because I'll be real, there's a lot of exciting youth talent coming through, but I can't lie, you know, without talking too tough, sometimes you see some Arsenal sides even younger and you're like, boy, what's going on here? And to be fair, I'm not getting at Mertesacker because he's doing fantastic, but I think even down to grassroots, you look at Chelsea, the thing is different from 7, 6 years of age all the way. There's a certain sort of thing there, you know. Is it any coincidence that half of them Chelsea guys went off to win youth cups and things like that, and some of them have won at senior level? If they've been bullying, man, at 7, 8 years of age, there was a, you know, well, you lot all know Martel Taylor Crossdale. He's a younger player in the team I used to play for. I've watched him, and Reece James was even a striker around them ages there at a time. They bully teams week in, week out. I don't necessarily see that, so I'd say change up the youth academy. Change our scouting, you know, people that actually, you know, someone like Kahegio and Mislintat, people that can actually do a thing, give them all they need, you know, employ the right people off the field and the seeds will grow on it, really, you know, so we can have better foresight. Okay, Aubameyang's the wrong side of 30. We don't need to panic, but what we looking at long term? David Luiz is how old? You know, Xhaka's not going to be here forever. Bellerin is 26. Leno is there. These lot are prime ages / thinking about moving on. You could say that's the spine of Arteta's team to a degree. How are you learning from hindsight and applying foresight? You know, other teams seem to replace players or have the replacement before they need replacing. You know, fix the roof while the sun is shining. Obviously, it's more difficult when it's raining, or you know, you probably can't even get going. So off the field, things would need to change. You know, I think you need a technical director you could believe in, scouts you could believe in, gaffer you could believe in, and then obviously on the technical front to go with the manager, you know where we have to go in terms of players and whatnot. Just all around installing more proactiveness. So when actually looking like we match up to the prestige, you know, when I'm walking, well, I'm not walking through, but when you're walking through the Marble Halls or London Coley, letting everybody know whether they're young first year scholars, schoolboys, experienced pros that are technical directors, you need to apply your best here. Anything less than your best and excellence is unacceptable, and you need to keep it moving. I do think across all aspects of the club, even down to the fucking what the thing's called, the box office, there's a level of incompetence and it's a mockery, if I'm completely honest with you, an absolute shambles. Trust me, shout out to the fans who bust their ass for 90 minutes for football each week. Trust me, and they're not repaid. I don't think any Arsenal fans don't have any to give. Football fans, better yet, don't have any given right to win. But I think football is a game where you have to believe, a game for camaraderie, a game for togetherness, regardless if you're man, woman, black, white, whatever. I don't, and a lot of it is reflective of Arsenal, but I don't think, you know, you should be allowed to dream. That's what football's about. It's about dreaming and all these things and all these positive emotions consistently. They used to reflect my football club. They don't anymore, unfortunately, you know. And obviously for me as well, one thing about the new owners is things go wrong. Managers, signings go wrong. Nip them in the bud. You know, I'm not saying it's not reckless to spend 80 million on a keeper like Kepa, but Chelsea realized, all right, we hold the L now. It's an L. We made some P's back. We hold on other signings said don't look bad, but we held the L. Let's fix this. If that's Arsenal, we're still pursuing with Kepa because we paid a significant outlay, or we're still pursuing with managers. I'm not even talking about Arteta. I know there's pressures. You know, a degree of ruthlessness, proactive ruthlessness, not reactive pulling the plug when we see obviously certain people are not levels. March, sorry, man. Yeah, man. Just about PORTSMOUTH. I think 10 billion's a bit dreaming, you know. I think 2.5, 3 billion should do it. I swear that's what they were looking at. Kroenke is worth 7.5 billion, I believe. Chump change to these oil donnies. Cronkays don't care about success. None of the teams they own are close to successful. Best strapping for this frustrating ride. I'm seeing couple super chats. Sorry for airing that. DG, you are a general. Keep doing your thing. Love the work rate. One love for the super chat, my guy. That's what keeps the guy going. And I think I missed the next one out. Let me scroll up, man. I don't like to do that. One love, Oregon Guna. Who do we buy first with our newfound funds? Great content. Love the channel. Sadly, you've said Arteta out. So yeah, I respect your opinion. Arteta out. Well, if they took over tomorrow, she might as well throw her hat into that Mbappe ring, innit? Shit, Haaland next year, boy. United just bought Sancho. Take that, man. Like Kareem Adeyemi. Now, on a serious note, I would say for me, our in it because that needs to be done. I buy Basuma for no reason, and then I'd actually try buy a Kareem Adeyemi, and then we spend money trying to get a proper, I look at that Victor Orta guy at Leeds or someone like that, probably paying a compensation fee to get a levels technical director in, and probably a significant fee to get a feeder club in France, to get some sort of affiliate club in Holland. It's one of them ones there, really. So it'll be one of them. That's what I would be trying to do early doors. But again, man, I don't think it's happening. But then again, I didn't think this club was signing a Bamian, so miracles can happen. Whether they'll happen at Arsenal is another thing, though, as you lot know. Hit the like button if you haven't as well. Man said, my only problem is charging Fly Emirates to Qatari Airways. Hear that. I've always said, if you want to win, you have to spend. It is what it is. Facts, to be fair. And there is a degree of recklessness at City. City have got it wrong. How much money they spend, and they've got it wrong at times. Bro, we sold our soul ages ago. I don't even recognize this club anymore. So, man, I forget off their moral high hopes, bro. Everyone's been in the mud, and we're saying, "Oh, I don't want to get there. I got white trainers. I don't want to do this, bro. We need to jump in there now. Like, it is what it is. We tried to do this. Let's show that we can do it a next way. If the teams that, with respect, the teams that are on that, they're just doing it for the sake of it. Like, with respect to the Dortmunds and clubs like that, I know they're trying to win Bundesliga, and occasionally they can do a thing and achieve greatness, but largely they're just trying to develop players to sell, bro. Man, not really on that. Really and truly, you can do that. That's an example of doing it positively. You don't have to spend recklessly, but you do have to spend on proper players, and we ain't got that really and truly. And for me, understand that things go wrong. I don't advocate recklessness and not to praise Spurs, but they got Jose. They took the risk. It didn't bang, but they took the risk in it. Levy took the risk. That's a mad compensation fee to pay. Now, obviously, in true Spurs fashion, you had a manager that's attracted to trophies, has a fetish for winning. You wasn't able to benefit that, but they showed ambition. And if it can go wrong, it probably will. And pull the trigger. Things go wrong. We don't seem to recognize that. It's like we're scared to take risks, and then we take uncalculated risks and just damn right do reckless stupidity things. And then it's a mazza. I want to see more calculated risk at the club, 100%. Cronke out, DG. And I don't know for owning, but I would love to have a little technical job, little scouting job thing. Gabby, I don't know who Curtis is. Big up my guy Curtis Short, but I'm not Curtis, brother. You corrected yourself. You said, DG, at least they love football, want success, and don't accept mediocrity. If I'm real with you, I don't know if they do. It's like Ek. We don't know my man from nowhere. Man's gonna tell you everything. Like Ek is gonna tell. He might legitimately be an Arsenal fan. He might have done the Henri and you lot doing your thing, but we don't know them from nowhere. We don't know them from nowhere. Now, me, I'm prepared to go for someone I don't know, for someone what I do know. It could be better, it could be worse. I don't know if they love football. I don't know if they want Arsenal to go to the top. I don't know if they see anything more than merely an opportunity to take and do their thing with it. I don't personally know. Hit the like button because there's 400 of you locked in. But I'm prepared to take that risk. Please let me know if you oppose this for whatever reason, because it's interesting. I got what I want. Matter said, I'd 100% oppose this. Don't want to be associated with human rights violations. Football isn't important in comparison. Obviously, Matt, if we're looking at it on a that note, yeah. But then I think if you look at half of these owners, I'm sure their skeletons in all their closets or whatever. I hear you. On that way, then yeah, fair play. But I don't know enough to be, putting that for them or not. I need to educate myself in that regards, but fair play. We could have over 300 people, but y'all clearly don't fuck with DGI. They don't feel me, man. They've not been feeling me today at all, man. The borders are going to close in relation to DG content, man. Are we not even at 300 doing the guy dirty, man? Not for long if the Qatari boys jump in. Hear that. I hear that. Yeah, it is what it is in that regards. What else are we saying? Thoughts on Azeez to Portsmouth on loan? Let me make a timestamp because we're here to speak about that. I'm happy that Azeez is going on loan allegedly. Probably, 6 months or so earlier than I thought. I thought he would hang around until January and then assess it. But realistically, how much game time are you going to get? So first things first, I think Miguel Azeez needs to learn. He needs to be out of his comfort zone. He needs to improve a lot in midfield. Sometimes I don't think the quality is always there on the ball that needs to be. Sometimes I think he dwells in possession. Sometimes I actually think he's improved a lot defensively, but he's got a lot of work to improve defensively. Sometimes I think he plays very blinkered. These are not criticisms. These are things I expect in someone. Sometimes I think he needs to know I can do things in 2 touches and less. And I think there's no better place to learn that than in the real game, really. Because if you lose it, you're going to get dropped. Fans are going to get onto you. The manager might lose trust in you. It's a real world. I think Portsmouth could be a good club for him if he is to go to League One and whatnot. Learn the lessons, show he can have consistency, get more experience. And also, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but isn't Danny Crowley there at Portsmouth? The same one that had Emil Smith-Rowe at Huddersfield. So, if we go off that, he should be all right. Doesn't mean he's going to return a super player. But yeah, I think when you get to Azeez's level, not that I feel he's dominated. He ain't dominated enough under 23s games for me. I still think there's an element of playing within himself. And I think being in the first team somewhere can get that out of him. But I think it's not going to teach him. He's at that level. What are you going to learn? Like I said, if you take too many touches in the man's game in midfield, it gets finessed off you and they go and score. It is what it is. So I'm all for it, Probably need to sort out a couple more loans. I can't. Azeez is the guy, but I can't imagine. Azeez goes out on loan and someone like Ben Cottrell, who should have went out on loan last year, got shagged with injuries, doesn't. But I'm all for that, man. That could be a good move for him. Not fond of the club, but yeah, man, good move for Miguel Azeez. If he really is close to Portsmouth, good move. Hope he shells it down and does his thing. In my opinion, it's about time we've got taken over. You agree, DG? Kroenkes have ruined us 100%. Yes, bro. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be this Arab thing. Like, just someone who gives a crap about the club, man. Hey, we're crying for a sugar daddy S. Sometimes, hey, we got it wrong. You lot were onto something. We tried to do it in next way. We need it. It's ironic, but who hasn't been a hypocrite in life? Who hasn't said they'll never do something or they don't want something only to do it? All we can say is we grow S. We need it. It doesn't have to be oil money. It doesn't have to be, mad sugar daddy stuff. I just want an owner who gives a crap, They don't have to do the mad splashing. I just want them to care, bro. That's me. I would love it. Of course, who wouldn't love to have money and say there's not a single player we can't buy and things like that? But I just want an owner who cares, bro. Simple as that. I don't want much in my life. I just want to know that the owner cares about the club, no matter how, like when Chelsea are messing up, it's not been perfect for Chelsea. The Lampard thing didn't bang. The year before Conte won the league, if I remember correctly. But Roman isn't going to accept that for too long. They're going to have to get back. If Pep messes up at City, they're not going to accept it for long. There's going to be some signings or some sort of want to go better. We're out here finishing 8th, and no matter what they say, do you get the impression or the ambition that we're genuinely sick to our stomachs of mediocrity and failing? I don't know. I'll leave you to draw that conclusion, but that's me in it. I just want to know everyone cares. All I want to know is that the people who own the club care, and the people that have been employed are actually competent to do their job, man, really and truly, but I understand it. That's all I want. Owner who cares / ambition. Ambition don't mean always doing a mazzy. Just for me, I don't like. You just don't care. Why would you want anything attached to your name not spoken about in a good thing? Like, even if it's just a vanity project, which to a degree Chelsea probably is for Roman as much as he loves football, which is not a bad thing. His ego wants the club to not be a joke. It's one of them ones, man. Just have to own it. Man, thing. It's not about wanting a sugar daddy. It's about wanting an owner who will care and invest. Exactly. And even if he's not going to invest, because technically, allegedly, Kroenke hasn't put his own money in, at least because as much as I get onto Kroenke for not investing and not spending, and I'm not defending him at all. It's just, I have to keep it true. I blame people for what I believe you should be blamed for. And I think there's more than one problem at Arsenal Football Club. As much as I think there's a lack of investment and 100 million isn't that much, I'm not saying we've necessarily mismanaged now, but certain people might say historically we have. We haven't got too much bang for our buck. There's been reckless spending. We haven't got too many absolute signings. And if we're meant to be broke, if we're meant to be having this financial issue, then surely we need to watch our pennies a bit more. If I'm struggling financially and you're struggling financially, and we both have £100 to spend in Tesco's or Aldi or whatever, yeah, you might buy, we both might buy what we need, but you might be a bit more reckless. You might not get things with longevity. You might buy a bag of sweets. You might spend £20, £30 out of that on sweets. I'm going to have to be thinking, yo, no, man, we need 2 loaf for bread, them. You know, I'm going to save little peas here, go market, get some planting free for a pan and things like that. We have to do things like that. I don't feel we're doing stuff like that. We're reckless when we don't need to be. So at least with the owner, if you're not going to invest, he'll say, listen, hold on. I've given you 70 odd, 50 odd, 40 odd. What's 30 odd? You know, what's going on? I'm giving you 100 now. I'm not expecting you to have these guys as world beaters, but let me see something. I'm giving you this money for hold the money for Tavares, Lokonga, Ben White, all these guys. You know, all right, cool. You're doing this youngster thing, yeah. I'm not asking them to be amazing, but let me see collectively what you're trying to do with these guys. Let me see individually when I'm looking at it in a period they're improving. Let me just see a little plan. If there's not, then I have to come and ask you some questions. That's all I want at this football club. That's all I want. I don't know for you lot, but that's all I want. Anything else is a bonus. 3 billion will do. Hey, I love how we're all talking about peas that's not ours, you know. Qatari spending his 100 on pick and mix. Trust me, madness, isn't it? Bring it, come. Kroenke has been the common denominator during Arsenal's consistent decline. Facts. Would you ever prefer Azeez to go on loan to a Bundesliga club? Obviously, the higher division, the better, but I don't think Azeez is as good as many people are going on with. And what I mean by that, please do not misunderstand me. He's a bad boy footballer. I just think fans that are not watching him like they did with Balogun, they're putting man at a scale right now. They're not like man are selling Sell Xhaka and throw Azeez in. I would be all for that, but he's not ready for that, and it's not healthy. So let him develop and whatnot, man. I would have preferred that, but all that matters is he plays under the right manager, the right system, someone that understands he's young. Because obviously, tactically, technically, there's a lot, but in terms of physically, there's a lot Miguel Azeez is going to have to learn as well. You know, I don't know how many games Portsmouth are playing, but League One Championship, them games they are coming thick and fast. So not only do A, you need to show your consistency, B, physically, that's a lot. Look at Smith Rowe, man, and Martinelli. Man, always, when Martinelli plays more than 60 odd minutes, man, are getting cramps. Smith Rowe had to adapt to playing 2-3 times a week. You get it? So physically, there'll be a lot for Miguel Azeez to deal with. You know, at best, what's he got? 2 games a week. There might be, you know, 2 under 23s games. He's not even playing for the 18s anymore. So yeah, man. You know, just let a man develop and whatnot. I know he's an exciting footballer, but just let a man develop, you know. So yeah, there's a lot for him to learn, really. And hopefully by the time he's 20 odd, he'll fit in. Miguel Azeez will not be a problem. If he doesn't make it, something's wrong. Whether he shows he's able to be consistent here, is another thing. But I think if there's ever a player that's looked like what Arsene Wenger has tried to settle down at Arsenal Football Club, I think you've got Saka, Smith Rowe, and obviously Jack Wilshere. I think Miguel Azeez is literally what Arsenal Football Club tried to develop in coaches, in coaching footballers. Very cultured on the ball in the right way. What I like about him is he's got that Maitland-Niles thing about him in that they're not phased by anything, and it can be a gift, it can be a curse. I've seen his pocket pinched many times at under 18s level. I remember Norwich, he gave a penalty away because he actually done well. He's won the ball back now. He's not looking over his shoulder. He's taking 100 years on it. The ball's been picked. He's reacted. He's caused a foul. That's a penalty. And there's been a couple of occasions like that and similar things. It's nothing, not a criticism. It's just something evidently seen. And I think he will get plenty of experience out there, man. And I think it'll be a good move for him. Why I think is I might have to mash these things together. Be fine on loan. And realistically, how much games are there to play? You can't have it all. You can't say I want Arteta to have a competitive team, but I want all these young players to start. Bro, if Balogun is all these guys start more than so them already, and we ain't got a point, they probably will get a point. But you have to be prepared to be less competitive than we already are. Fans, too many times, they like to have their cake and eat it, in my humble opinion. Oh yeah, it is what it is. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Like my guy G Slime is saying, a loan for Azeez will be good for him. I see him being a future star. I hear that. I don't feel loans. I don't think with youngsters you can have a one stroke approach. I think some people are better to go on loan. Some people are not. Sometimes loans do more harm than others. I also think it's about the quality of the loan. And Arsenal's record is mixed, to put it nicely. There hasn't been too many loan spells you look at and be like, wow, we've been on fire. There has been some, Ballard at Blackpool yesterday, at Blackpool last season. Sometimes people have started well and flitted away. And everyone's developing at different rates, man. Yo, DG, they are using a country's resource to back a football club like PSG and City. It's going to be raining pounds in M5. Light work for the Qatari investment company. If it's true, we might as well have Pep and Klopp as coaches. I think you're dreaming with the last bit of that, but fair play. What happened to the Newcastle takeover? Wouldn't this just be as difficult? To be fair to you, it's a question I can't. Please stop spamming as well, not you, but it's a question I can't answer. I don't really know specifically. I know there was concerns about the integrity of the league and all of these sort of things, but I don't know specifically why Newcastle's thing didn't bang. Aka said, I'm 100% for Qatar buying Arsenal. We have suffered far too long. We are a finished club. These owners can revive us and make us win everything. The owner don't care. The owners don't care about our position. They care about the equity the club provides. An owner who cares isn't as important as a board that cares, which is true. But then again, if you know you don't care, at least get people who can run it. Like you said, equity. You do better on the sporting front, you earn more. Like, right, this is a bit harsh. It's all virtual signets in hypocrisy, pretending they care about human rights. Now, money talks to these corrupted people. And I think if we was to go down that route, to be fair, we probably wouldn't have an iPhone, because Congo should be the richest country, one of the richest in the world, because half our phones, all the things in here from Congo. If we're going to go down that route, there's plenty of I'm not saying we're wrong, but there's plenty of things we can go around our houses and look at and say, whoa, this company's doing the sweatshop thing. This country's not supporting Palestine or doing this, or, supporting people being marginalized. This company's giving money to these people. This money, the country's doing that. If we really was to do that, and I'm not saying that's wrong to do, if we really was to scrutinize these sort of things, we'd be in, we wouldn't have anything in our house really. And I'm not saying that as a justification. So no, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Sorry, people, a little timestamp business. Yo, DG, if we get this new owners, I'm showering in oil. Dane, you don't want to do that. You might not live, but fair play. With KSI's wealth, we would totally crush City. Chelsea would be funny. I don't know for crushing. Like, we'd be all right, man. Are you talking about Balogun? Ray, you are talking rubbish, DG. He will prove at Portsmouth Arsenal made a big mistake. A money club will come in from, and Arsenal always want the odd 40 million. Ray, I'm genuinely baffled because, firstly, I didn't say Miguel Azeez. I've only bigged up Miguel Azeez, but I can't lie, Ray. Everyone's allowed an opinion, Ray. How many times you watch Miguel Azeez? Because you can go on my YouTube and you can see every under 23s and under 18s game. I probably know him better than you know yourself. So if I'm talking rubbish, you're talking bullshit. Like, you ready to put some money on this? Because all I've said is this guy could be ready and be good. I can bring out direct results of his positive and negative bits of play. I could tell you missed a penalty in his last game. Can you? When was the last time you watched 90 minutes? When was the last time he played 90 minutes? Do you even know he cut his hair? I understand your enthusiasm, but please don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me. Do not disrespect me. Me? Are you mad? Me? He watches all these young players, and that's the most thing I'm passionate about this club. I'm not saying I'm right, but me? Let's put somebody on the table and let's back it, people. I guarantee I'm probably more right than you are. Let's back it. I never said he wouldn't prove anything. How many appearances has he got? I'm ready to back it. I want him to prove his worth at Portsmouth. I don't know where I've said anything. No, I'm confused. Put the money on the table, man. Please. Let's put some cash on the table, man. Because you'll probably be the first one that will say he's overrated when he loses that ball in the middle of the park. Are you mad? Oh, man, mad. Me with the youth thing. Are you mad? Control yourself. I feel like Arsene Wenger when he snapped against Mourinho. Have you lost it? Have you lost your marbles, fam? Who are you trying to chat to? Are you mad? Are you when someone used to say Smith Rowe was overrated, I told you take time with it. You're moving mad. Let's move on. Respect my grind, please. Man, I for respect my grind. Man, I for respect my grind. Man, I for respect my thing. Are you mad? Of all the people I've networked with, all the people that praise me, people that decision that are more informed than both of us rate my thing. Fuck off. Get out of here, man. Moving on from all of that. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, Ray, man. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. But anyways, Qatari investment would make us Arsenal fans unbearable, and I'm here for it because man, we've been in the mud for too long. I hear that. Oh, it's not even that. Bro, how much minutes has Azeez played in the first team, bro? Like, when all I want to know, you know what? Fair enough. If you can rise up 5-10 games where he's played good and bad, and why you think he's level, if you can tell me his weaknesses, I'll shut up. I bet you can't even tell me what foot he is. Allow me, man. Allow me. Bro, you probably got the best bit of Arsenal youth analysis on YouTube. I don't know for that, but you're going mad. Ray's moving mad. Ray's moving mad. You're going to try to draw me out for this at 7:25. Moving on, man. Excluding Arsenal, must be how Pep feels when man say he can't manage, but excluding Arsenal, which team would you buy in either the Prem or the Championship? I don't know, but I mean, if you've got the money, you can buy whatever club you want, man. But if you're asking me an attractive proposition, I think Newcastle's a potential sleeping giant in the Prem. Where is Dangote? Don't know. He'll be back. I want Newcastle to be taken over by the Arabs as well. Their fans have gone through sad times. I hear that, but boy, you got to save yourself first. If if a plane's crashed, you got to look after your own life jacket first before you look after other people, bro. I want Arsenal's thing pattern first, and then yeah, man, because I can't lie, as my sympathy is kind of not. I'm not able to extend it to a lot of teams now since this has been happening at Arsenal definitely since the back-to-back apes. Keep up the amazing work. Fantastic content. Let's vote for DG for the best football content creator. I think that one's there is gone. Vote for Curtis. You know. One love to you lot that have been voting for me for the football blacklist. Well, you can vote for that, Van Damme, if you want. Just go type in football blacklist and nominate DG. But the award thing, I'm not with it, man. Because I think there's better stitch up in this, man. Do you think Arsenal will make a signing before the window closes? I hope it's a right back, but I don't actually know, man. I don't know. Do you think we could get top 6 if we upgraded on Xhaka? It'd go a long way if Xhaka was a squad player and not necessarily one of the first names on the team sheet. I definitely agree, but don't actually know, man. We're at 228 likes. There's 500 of you locked in. Anyone who has not hit that like button, you can forget about Swedish, African, or Arab billionaires buying this football club. That is a myth. You know, anyone who's hit the like button, you know, wishing you an abundance of riches and financial freedom and just, you know, wherever you're hoping to God that you can achieve in your life, hope you get it. Sadly, if you haven't hit that like button, though, I can't sit here and lie. I hope you bang your toe on the wall or something like that. And I hope you will get an unexpected high bill, folks. And I hope you're all as clueless as Ray. After what happened to Newcastle, I think the Prem will make it hard for us to be taken over. Facts. Stop spamming, please. It's not going to get things read. Unfortunately, Perez, I think, hold the block. Football has become fantasy football now. You're right, man. This money thing is cool, but don't you think it's going to kill the beauty of the game down the line? Dane, the beauty of the game's killed already. Like, football is heading nowhere fast. I don't know when it's coming, but there is going to be like a football recession, and I hope it crashes and things go back to basics. But at the end of the day, well, it's not, I can't lie, it's not my money. This is the game we're in. Sort it out. The beautiful of the game, the beautiful part of the game's gone. Because you don't have to coach in football nowadays. You can spend peace and then get it right and get it right and get it right and get it right and get it right. And get it wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong until it gets right, man. My roommate is an Arsenal fan. You didn't offend my guy, man. You didn't offend. But man said YouTube. You're boying me, Ray, man. You're boying me. You're boying me. Man said YouTube. KSI have the money to make Kroenke an offer he can't refuse. This is going to happen. I hope so, man. But when it just feels so logical, it doesn't seem to happen for Arsenal. Like, seeing is believing. When I see yellow bars, when I see I have to come and make videos quickly and speak to you lot, then I might be there. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's an interesting one, man. It's an interesting one. Arsenal's been in recession ever since Kroenke got involved. Not on the fees we've spent, to be fair with you. You wouldn't say such, because I do think, as much as our concerns are legit at Arsenal, I do think there is an element of sounding like spoiled kids. I think Arteta sounds like one when he finds problems where there's none. I think when we criticize spending, as much as I agree with every Arsenal fan, bro, we spent money and there is a lot of problems, but some of our, I don't know why, but some of our clubs, some people would kill to be in our club situation. Much like life, no matter how bad you think your life is, there's someone that you would kill to be in someone's situation, and they're begging someone to take it off them, and they want someone else's. Someone's always looking at other things. But Torreira's officially, I didn't actually give him the courtesy of looking at the official report. As we know, Lucas Torreira has joined Fiorentina on loan, people. There is an option. Apparently, as you look and see here, Torreira has joined Serie A side Fiorentina on loan for the 2021-22 season. As you lot know, he won Copa America, as well as, he was in Copa America. He's not Argentine. He played in Copa America, and obviously he's with Atletico. He's made 89 appearances for this club, and he's joined them on loan for the rest of the season. So we'll see what happens where he's concerned. Good luck to Torreira and them things there, really. Good riddance, really. Short and sweet, nothing else to say about Torreira, if I'm completely honest. I clicked the like, bro. Don't want my toes stubbed. Love for the super chat. What should Arsenal do with Eddie and Nketiah? Sell. I don't want them to take over, rather Ek. Why? Bro, someone buy the club in. I don't know where XP's is. EG, what sounds better, 1.8 billion or 3 bill? Kroenke will sell. This is assuming that this interest is legit and they're actually trying to buy Arsenal. We should have done a swap deal with Fiorentina for Vlahovic. Probably dream chasing there. Wish he wasn't homesick. We need an upgrade on El Nene. Bro, I hear that. Hear that. Is there any other Arsenal news? Obviously, it looks like MIQUEL could be going on loan to Portsmouth. And that's going to be Portsmouth's 13th summer signing, bro. Another one for the loan army. Well, it looks like, hey, Guendouzi's got on to us Arsenal fans, people. Guendouzi with a slight dig at Arsenal fans. Let me bring it up here, people. Sorry, Matteo. Guendouzi dig at Arsenal fans. He's had a very subtle dig at us, people. Indirect. It's nothing that any of us can control, On loan midfielder Matteo Guendouzi aims dig at Arsenal fans over stadium atmosphere, burning further bridges. Now, to be fair, that could just be the headlines. Guendouzi has hit out Arsenal fans after suggesting the atmosphere made by Marseille's crowd is better than the one generated at the Emirates. Fair play, Guendouzi. We know you feed off emotion, and you would say that. And to be honest, there is no comparison. Marseille fans, the atmosphere is better for what it's worth. No disrespect. I am an Arsenal fan, but there's levels in it. The Marseille fans are incomparable. At Arsenal, there's a big stadium, but it's totally different. The best atmosphere is here. It's incredible to play in front of a crowd like this. It really lifts the mood. Fair play. It's unsure what future Guendouzi has at Arsenal, but one thing's for sure, his words about the Emirates atmosphere is not going to please many fans. I mean, bit of a sensationalized headline, and I mean, the man's talking the truth, ain't he? So what can you really say? He's not lying. The atmosphere isn't the best. I'll talk about Willian tomorrow, man. I don't care about what Willian has said. Guendouzi should be with us this season. A couple players should have been with us. Bro, Marseille fans are wavy. Like, there's no contest, bro. He's chatting truth. I'm not gonna lie. If White isn't fit for this weekend, would you play Kolasinac instead of Marie? Apologies, he did really well yesterday. Nah, man. Oh man, no. Don't want. There's just certain man that shouldn't be playing. Both of them shouldn't be playing. I know there's injuries. That you're probably one of them has to play. You're probably asking a lot on Gabriel. I just hope we switch to a three at the back. If I'm honest with you, man. Will it happen? I don't know though. Arteta's presser. To know what we're speaking about tomorrow. Arteta's press conference. Willian. AFC versus Man City preview. And then anything else is AV, really and truly. Have you talked about Trippier? Sick of speaking about Trippier. I wouldn't mind trading him for Bellerin, but then it's not the best of options, is it? It's better than what we have. Qatari blacklisted by the UK government. I can't really speak on government issues. You see this guy making the most of the incident during the Nice fixture. To be fair, it was a madness. So did you see Arteta chatting to me at the end of the game yesterday? It was a bit weird. To be fair, how weird is I don't think it's weird, manager and a player talking. That's a bit harsh. Remember, love Arsenal, hate Usmanov by Red Action. We still got those fans scared of change, boy. It's not a dig, it's the truth in relation to Matteo's comments. Fair play. Yeah, I have spoke about that loan, and I can actually get you a timestamp for such. That would be 34 to 37.20. Then also I retouched on it with another point. So there's that. Yeah, that's all your Azeez stuff. I'm thinking 3-4-3, Leno, Chambers, Marie holding. You might as well just pull. You might as well just pull Tierney over there and go with Tavares or something like that, man. I hear it though. Maybe Marie in the center could do all right. Bro, of all the things to get onto Arteta, I'm not going to get onto Arteta for talking tactics with any of his players. I can get onto if these tactics are actually good, but I mean, a manager talking to his player. Out of all the things a manager could do, I don't think that's weird at all. I think there's many things to get onto Arteta, but that's an agenda. Litoro still no contract. I would love to see him sign for us. At least show some sort of ambition, bro. With these man, it's a myth. Tavares, when he plays, he looks funny, bro. Tavares is a bit of a headless chicken, a bit energetic, but I'd rather that than some of the nonsense we got, man. At least he's a bit more about to get about, man. Play Chambers, Tierney. Play Tierney centre back, Tierney left centre back. I don't know one cutting in on Chambers. I don't know what you're saying there, my guy, but fair play. West Brom game gave me a little bit of hope. The players look more switched on. You're always going to look more switched on against a bunch of academy players. So I'm looking a good game against City. Seeing is believing, bro. There's how many days are you not going to apply yourself? It's typically what Arsenal turn up, really. Qatar is a close ally of the Iran UK government of Iran. UK government are very strict on Qatar stance in the UK because of this. Listen, I hear that, but anything to do with political, it's not for me. I don't know any of that. White and Gabriel are the only centre backs I rate. Not gonna lie. Yep. Tavares is raw, chill. He'll come good. Is Gab and Partey not back within next week? I hope so. Do you think Clark and Ballard have futures at Arsenal? Personally, no, but you never know. Like, Clark's got an ability to play right back. If you have a good loan, if you get an opportunity, who knows? You might convince Arteta or a new manager. Things can happen. It looked like Iwobi wouldn't have an Arsenal future. He played his way into plans. But if you was to ask me, I think both of them, should be just trying to get permanent moves. I think Ballard will be sold enough. You never know. And I don't think Clark will make it here, if I'm completely honest with you. 3 at the back, 2 up front. True say. 306 likes. Can we get to 400 people? One love for that one. There actually isn't any more Arsenal news, folks. Nope, I'm not reading anything about Houssem Aouar until I see an Arsenal bid is placed. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I can't do it anymore. Any money is better than Kroenke money at this moment. Hear me out, DG. Could we get Super Jack on a 2-year deal? I don't think a 2-year deal for what? If anything, you get a deal, pay as you play deal to the end of the season. And I love Wilshere. He's the reason my YouTube career started, man. New right back, yep. What do you think we need in terms of transfers before the window closes? I calm down. You're getting blocked, man. I just answered your question about right back. Calm the fuck down. Anyways, people, as I was saying before, I was thrown off by that. If you ask me what I would like and believe in, if Arsenal were to achieve any of the goals we think we should have, right back, I think you need a centre mid, personally. That's it. I don't really believe in any of the centre halves. If you're not Ben White or Gabriel, I think Holding is the best of a slightly bad bunch. I don't think Chambers is bad. I think Marie is okay, apart from how he played in the last game. But you're not going to get anywhere with these guys, especially if there's injuries, which should be expected in a season. I don't mind Chambers playing there, but I'd rather if you've got to go Chambers, Holding, and Marie / Tini, I'd rather Marie get protected centrally, man. DG, will you be doing a deadline day stream? Your last summer one was lit. Why not, man? I wouldn't say Ruben Neves, but that's a shout. But yeah, we needed that upgrade on Xhaka, but the club needed to do that regardless of if Xhaka was staying, and we didn't, man. Basuma and Van der Beek would do nicely. If you had to choose Lokonga or Guendouzi, Lokonga. But I like Guendouzi. What's your take on selling Laka this year? He's saying it's not going to happen, is it? And as much as I think you should, because he's got a year left, the squad is going to be weaker. I'm not saying that to keep him. I'm just saying you look at it. Yeah, Balogun, Martinelli, they're going to have good games, but they're going to have games like against Brentford where they look raw and it's young men against seasoned vets. Sometimes you need that. It's like I always say at United, Greenwood should play up front every day of the week, but there's going to be a time it's not going to work. You're going to need Cavani, who's been there, done it, wore the T-shirt, significantly experienced away from a Billy up front to just do the job. And I didn't bring Laka. We didn't bring Laka into press and work hard and drop deep. These are things that he should either be doing anyways, or these are things that we're highlighting because we're overcompensating on the fact that while he's not a bad player, it's not the Lacazette we thought we was initially getting from Lyon. But what he gives to have in the squad over a 38 game period, I don't think anyone currently has it. We're not going to bring in a striker. So yeah, it probably have to hold on to him, man. Big up Queens in the building. Get the likes up. Don't lose faith in your team. You may be shocked. You may turn up. No, I think that's the misconception. I always have faith in my team. I'll always believe in my team. I'll always be hopeful in relation to a game. But I wouldn't say you need to show me something. If you show me stuff to be nervous about, I say all the time, if they show me nerves, I'm going to be nervous as a fan, logically. If you show me you're up for it, I'm going to be a bit more up for it. So it's waiting what you see. I don't know what team turns up. Would you take Jack back? Yeah, on a pay-as-you-play. I think he'd do all right in the squad. What's the timestamp for the Qatar links? I'm such a good guy. 0 to 34, bro. But here you go. Should Balogun be on loan, in your opinion? Don't really see him getting the minutes barring injuries. I personally would like to see him get opportunities, but I think if he could have went somewhere where you're going to play proper senior football, you get a real opportunity through the middle learning. Yeah, there'd be that, man. Yeah, why not? And Jack Wilshere is good enough for a championship team. And regardless, that's my Jack Wilshere. He could be not good enough for League One. I want him back, really. We need a right back, commanding centre back, and DM if we wish to least finish in the top 6. Interesting takes. Just see this. Yeah, bro. Someone just said our links. Let me see what's going on with ours concerned. Who did you lot say was Fabrizio Romano? Bro, man's talking about Watford buying Musa Sissoko, bro. And bare Mbappe stuff. Was that on his Twitch or I haven't seen him tweet that. Unless someone can send a link. I can't see that, man. I can't see that. One love, Kimron. Kimron? Believe that's your name. I'm not being funny, man. We'll share. I think we'll share it. Our midfield next to party. It's probably better than what we can throw together. But really, like I said, key and fit party. I mean, fit Wilshere. Apologies. 323 likes, people. One love for that one. So yeah, man. Let me do a quick little browse if there's any other Arsenal news. Who would you bring in that right back at this point? I don't know, bro. I really don't know. The one guy I wanted went Southampton. So it was one of them ones, really. I think we should loan Balogun to Palace and learn under Vieira. But the thing is, yeah, I hear it. It would be good, but I'd probably go for Eddie versus Balogun. I think Balogun is better, but right now Eddie's probably more ahead. And to be fair with you, Vieira's job's on the chopping block, innit? At the end of the day, he might not see. I want him to, but such is the job and the task of Palace. But if you're fucking up, you might leave, innit? And then Balogun's thing is messed up. Pardon me. What's your take on Ramsdale last night? Well, there wasn't too much. I think his distribution was okay. He made a couple of big saves when I think as a team we started to switch off, really and truly. We started to get into old habits. Clear the job was done. Made a couple saves. Was lovely for me, in my opinion, to see him get the love from the fans and that, because there's been a lot of talk on social media hating on the guy. It was nice for him to see the away fans, give him love. Clickbait, I don't think it's clickbait. It's whatever you want to, whatever fallacy you're putting in your head, I rely on. Please stop, think, calm down. But yeah, what are you saying? Big up DG. Do you think Arteta is getting the best out of the squad? Nope. He wouldn't see much game time. Fans last night were incredible. Facts. El Nene and Partey played very well in the very few games they played together. It's unfortunate Arteta didn't play together often because it's not good enough as a partnership, man. There's been games there, but it's not good enough. It's not a serious partnership, bro. People say we have no style of play. I believe how we played yesterday is how we want to play. We just need our players back in confidence. Fair enough. What else have we got? Not too much. What else have we got? He wouldn't see much game time. Fair play. It's a political one, man. It's a political one. Now, Nene, in my opinion, is decent. He's okay. He's not as crap as people make out. But, I mean, if he's anything other than a squad player, if he's playing the amount of times he did last season, probably will this season, it tells you where you're at. And it's not going to be serious, man. I'm Arteta out, but looking forward to seeing all our players back. We need someone better than El Nene. He's a good squad player. I'd say he wouldn't even be there, man. I don't like to talk about Arsenal anymore. That's unfortunate. I would love to see our completed before the window closes, but I think I'm personally wishing on a star with that one. Personally, can't see it happening, man. Really can't. Miracles would need to happen. You look shattered, my guy. Yeah, man, it's time to go. It's time to sleep, really. I'm not really with Tavares at right back. I'm not with it. It might do a job, but it's a stopgap, and I don't think fans have learned from the Chambers stuff and whatnot. So, yeah, man, I don't think we should do that. But on that note, though, people, I'm going to be back tomorrow at 11:30. Yeah, man, a lot of content. If everything works, I should be here at 11:30. DG podcast in the morning. First things first. Make sure you're all here. It's Friday. We'll preview the Premier League and talk about Arsenal talking points as well as that. Then obviously 11:30 we'll speak about Arsenal probably a bits and pieces. May stay posted. There might be something on Twitch, or I might allow it. If everything goes right, 6 p.m. I should have Mo here, and I'll leave that one for YouTube as well. So yeah, make sure you're there. Hit the like button as you leave. I don't know if Southgate rates Smith Rowe. You'd have to hear him talk about him. He did say he's a player England are looking at, but do I think Smith Rowe's done enough to get called up by England? Based on certain people that get called up, yeah, but I'd say undoubtedly no.
Against this right back, Charlie.
There's always just that active when defending. I think it's like.
Easy, 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 easy.